All right, so now we're going to look at percent proportions and how we can find the percent of a number. So with percent proportions, there's two proportions that you're going to follow. You will either follow part to total equals percent over 100, or is over of equals percent over 100. One thing to remember is that percent is always out of 100. Percent is always out of 100. So no matter what problem you're reading, if you see a percentage, you automatically are going to put it over 100. So if you look over here, we have two examples. It says, what is 60% of 50? Well, we did have an is over of proportion over here. So that's what we're going to be using. So if you look at the question, the percentage they give us is 60%. And percent is always out of 100. So I'm going to put 60 over 100. That represents 60%. Then the question says, what is? Well, if I don't know what it is, I'm going to use X. So what is 60%, we already did that, of 100. So of 50. So since of is next to our 50, 50 is going to go in the denominator. And since we don't know what is, and is in the numerator, we're going to put our X in the numerator. What is 60% of 50? Is goes on top, of goes on bottom. So now you have a proportion, which you already know how to solve. So we're going to get our cross products. 100 times X is 100X. And 50 times 60 is 3,000. To solve for X, I would divide both sides by 100. And we have a rule for dividing by 100, so you might want to write this over here. When we divide by 100, we move the decimal two places to the left. In our percent unit, we're going to be dividing by 100 quite often, so it's important that you can memorize this rule so you don't have as much hand work to do as far as the division goes. So since I'm dividing 3,000 by 100, remember if the decimal's not there, it's at the back. Dividing by 100 means it moves 2 times to the left. So our answer would be X equals 30. So it said, what is 60% of 50? We can say 30 is 60% of 50. We have one more example. This one says 35 is a key word. Remember, is over of. So since it says 35 is, 35 goes on top. 70%, percent is always out of 100. So I'm going to put 70 over 100. And then it says of what number. So if we don't know what it is, of is going to be our X this time. Is over of equals percent over 100. Once again, from here, you're going to get your cross products. So 70 times X is 70X. And 35 times 100 is 3,500, or 3,500. From there, we're going to divide by 70. Remember, I can simplify by 10 and get rid of zeros there. And then I'm going to mentally ask myself, 35 divided by 7 is 5. So 350 divided by 7 would have to be 50. So 35% 35 is 70% of 50. Today's homework is just focused on is over of and part over total. So you will keep these notes in your journals and we will continue to fill them out throughout this week.